Welcome! Let's play Gran Turismo 3 arcade mode. This will be a full showcase of all of the tracks other than complex string, and it'll also be speed run style, so there will be some wall grinding, some course cutting, no breaking out of the track, but anyway, let's do it. Or at least let's watch and talk about it. This was done yesterday. Took a crack at the record and tried to win all the races, at least without losing any, which is surprisingly difficult on one track and one track only. My menus could use a lot of work clicking through at the right time and strategy, but that's okay. Had a few distractions and a great urge to urinate, but I got through okay. Nothing too exciting at the start here, super speedway. All the races are 2 laps, by the way. Not sure if a wall ride here is best or not. I don't think it is. It's kind of hard deciding on a lot of wall rides because the Arcade Viper has plenty of grip. Not as much as arcade cars in Gran Turismo 1, where they pretty much never need to wall ride. But easier to corner than, say, with a fully powered Viper, the way you'd power around the walls or something. And I prefer not to have to grind or anything, if possible. Certainly would enjoy a race where none of that's allowed, but that's fine. Oh well. My PlayStation is not loading at its like full capacity compared to another run I watched, but again, it's it's close enough. I thought let's do this thing and see where it lies. Just change the title of this real quick. Okay. Sorry, you got the cursor there. I'll get that out of the way. Although, let me make this just a tad smaller. So you can see more. I don't know. That's okay for now, I think. So the Viper's the big S-Class car. It's about the fastest one you can use, I think. At first I was thinking it would be the Supra, and then I realized you do get the Viper and Vet. Even on doing easy mode, you don't have to unlock them. I did think, and this could be interesting for hard mode, because I saw Addy Blue did a hard mode run where he couldn't use the Viper on all the tracks because the 787 would be pretty hard to beat potentially on some of them. I thought, what if you started doing the time trials, get the Panos, soup it up really quick, and then do all of arcade in that? I don't know, that might be the best way to do that actually. But maybe not, I don't know. It would take a good 23 minutes to do, so that obviously that's a lot of ground to make up. How many laps? About 34 tracks times 5 laps. It's like 170. You gain a second a lap, you get about 3 minutes back. You probably gain about 7 seconds back, you get about 21 minutes back. That could be close, I don't know, that'd be interesting. I think that's within the rules, right? You'd start it once the time trials start, and then you'd complete arcade mode with a 1,000 horsepower car, right? Could be interesting. And I'm choosing the Subaru WRX for the rally tracks. It's close in the menus. I don't know, maybe there are other faster cars, but not by much. I'm pretty sure the Zara is good, or X-Zara. I remember it being faster from GT3, but not much faster. And it seems to get bad starts. It's front-wheel drive, so figured Subaru it is. I don't want to mess around trying to do different cars on different tracks when it's easier just to get in a groove with one, and it might be faster anyway. Hello to those who are dropping by. It's a really tricky turn there. As I'm updating in the description here, our goal time is 2:05:16. I did a run, or part of a run, the day before, and I was a little bit up, but the first 6 tracks were a little bit behind actually. It seemed like, again, the PlayStation was a little bit slower, but not so slow that I had no chance or anything. I just hoped it'd stay cool enough to keep going at a regular, reasonable pace. There, I just completely forgot about what I was doing there. I thought I was still moving across the tracks or something. Should just click this one immediately, but oh well. Now that I think about it, and for the Panos though, you wouldn't get 34 tracks times 5 laps in it. You'd get 26, because you'd still have to do the normal rally. You can't put rally tires on the Panos, which would be fun, but Can't do it. And it'd be way faster than these stock arcade cars, but it doesn't work. Can't think of any good rally car you could quickly win or acquire. But I would like to, whether in a speed run or just for fun, beat all the hard tracks, all the tracks on hard with the Viper. The kind of best car with in the initial car group. Beat the 787, maybe even without any wall riding. I think that'd be a fun challenge. Other than maybe the test track, it seems to go crazy on that one. Not so fun to watch anyway. You can also let me know if the volume is okay if you want. I think I got it figured out here. Just trundling through Swiss Alps. Got my first sub 120 time probably last month on this track. Here I clicked in automatic because it's faster to get into and not that much slower on the track. It's not a perfect lap, so I'll be a little bit behind, but I feel pretty comfortable with this track now. It's hard for me to split like precisely doing many splits just with the way I have to sit and everything. But it doesn't even make sense to put it up for comparing to the top run right now, because they do the tracks in a slightly different order. I think in a faster order actually, but if I'm doing Super Speedway and they're doing Trial Mountain, it doesn't make sense to have like first race split. It'll be totally different. But after every 6 tracks, after every like grouping or whatever, then it makes sense to check in. So I'll give you the split once I get through 6 tracks. What do we get so far? Midfield, Super Speedway, and the 2 rallies, I think. Oh, AI racing, boom! Viper can be a bit of a handful on this track. Almost consider doing one of the Supras or something. But just gotta go for it, I think. Again, this is every single track in the game other than the complex strings, because I guess the AI don't know how to race on it or something. Every other one's included here, though. And when you beat it, you do unlock the ending A or whatever. You can watch it. So I guess that's why this is a category itself. On speedrun.com. reasonable race here. Can't really do that in the Supra. It's a really tight run down to the first corners here. I didn't do it ideally, but I guess it's okay. Oh! Bumper cars. I didn't hear in the first few races that this Viper driver is fast and has no regard for his own or anyone else's personal safety. Nice drift action there. Viper's kind of fun in that you can pretty well choose to not drift it a lot, or drift it just a bit. So the split time we're looking for of the other time, the top time was 18:15 roughly. See how I'll be after this race here. Welcome to the new viewers. Feel free to ask any questions if you have any. This is our first reverse rally track. Kind of a fun one. Everything kind of flows into the next corner. Keep it full on out most of the track. Oh, I forgot to mention we were about 7 seconds up at the first kind of split at the end of the first 6 tracks. So a little lead, just about a second per race. Nothing too big. That's a really tricky corner where you get airborne. I lost some time there. Some tricky corner at the end as well. I wasn't quite sure what to do on this first corner here. Looks pretty bad, but it's pretty much by design. Get a nice bounce there. That's pretty much the only wall ride on this track. Arcade mode is kind of right up my alley though. I like a car that doesn't have like 1,000 horsepower, but it has more than 100 or 200 even. I used to practice it for iLink races, if anyone knows what that is. It's kind of like Gran Turismo's more than 2-player multiplayer. Connect them up. It's like a LAN party, but with Gran Turismo. And did pretty well at those. Did an MLG thing. It was also arcade mode. Not too bad. Other than messing up that menu for a second. It's quite a username there. Semi-Skulls the Raccoon Spider. Welcome, welcome. This is probably my favorite track here. I have the track record for it with the F1 car. The mid-engine record with the R390. The FR record or front wheel drive, rear wheel drive front engine with the Denso Supra. 4-wheel drive non-Escudo with the ZZ2. Can't remember if I got the the RGT record or not. Pretty sure I had the arcade one with the 787 as well. So I know me some Grand Valley. Have the Gran Turismo 1 record with the concept car. Pretty sure I had the clean Gran Turismo 2 one with the Escudo, but it was a while ago. I never recorded it. Might have been beaten by now. I'm just gonna call you Raccoon Spider if that's cool. For sake of speed, but that's cool. If you've come or if you like the Impreza Rally car, you come to the good stream. It's gonna be still 5 more races with it, 10 more laps. Mitsubishi Evo, Ford Focus, Citroen, I think not. It's a Subaru time. It's funny, I just did a video on the arcade car in Gran Turismo 1, the Subaru WRX, which is like a stock car but has crazy good handling. You can check out that if you want. But it's not a rally car. It was a pretty good lap there. Yeah, split screen is the easier way to race with 2 players if you don't have the hookup for other stuff. How's the volume, by the way, Semi-Skulls? Can you hear me talking, and is anything too quiet? Although I'm confused now, it sounds like you raced with 2 cars at the same time. Is this 2 people, or? Not bad. Pretty tricky track here. Easy to go off. Now you do it in the licenses, the S license, but I feel like it's different. The RGT on complex string, the TT10, that feels the same, but this seems like you can go faster in arcade mode than on the license. Like, I'm pretty sure my second lap here is just about the record for the license. I didn't feel that fast. Is that too loud on the game volume? Can you still hear me talking when while the race is going? Took the corkscrew a little conservatively, just, I don't know, it's such a long run, it's easy to have a spin. One of my goals was no full-on spins. See, the license record is like in the 14s. There's no way that's the best time anyone's ever done on that track with that car. Yeah, that's a good way to do it. You can try to get the gold licenses. B is definitely easier. Or again, you can beat all the time trials and get the Panos. It's almost too easy. They're really not that hard. Although a lot of people at first, I'm sure they didn't even cross their mind, because arcade sim mode, they probably didn't think, oh, I'm going to get a price car I can use in my garage. But you can. Hey, thanks, the infamous. Yeah, it was the time of the, I won't say if I got it or not, it was the current or previous world record holder. I mean, world record, not like there's 1,000 people trying it, but the guy with the fastest time. That was his time. Yeah, seems like you really like that Escudo. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite have the grip of GT2, huh? Still a fun car, though. Probably the best four-wheel drive one. Of course, you can also just purchase one for 2 million. I think it's 2. just 2 million. No big deal, just 2 million cash. I think the goal time for this segment of 6 tracks was, or the split time for the other guy was 40, I think. Something around there. Tahiti circuit's kind of fun. Honestly, I think all the rally tracks are gonna have their charm in this game. Maybe I just know them or something, but they each bring something different, I think. I guess other than frontwards and backwards, they're pretty similar. I don't think I ever did a user challenge or, you know, like a spot race type thing in this on this track before. But I might have tried to put up a top time on GT3 times when that site used to be up. But it was kind of a lesser done category, so I wasn't really a master of rally. Some people just knew it so well. Donkelberg, what's going on, man? I don't know what you mean the Escudo doesn't have the LEDs on or the LEDs. Although if all that matters is horsepower, then I guess the Escudo's the right car. Unfortunately, it's pretty crap in tire wear races. This run, hopefully, will be about 2 hours and 4 minutes. It's every single track, 2 laps, other than complex string and complex string reverse. Full arcade mode, unlock the ending. Sorry, I can't get that damn cursor deleted from OBS. I don't know what's going on. Just try to keep it out of the way. Also, how's it going, James? Welcome to the stream. You doing any other streaming later today, Donkelberg? It's a really good first lap, I think. Slight mistake this one, but really, that's pretty good too. Starting to get a hang of the menus by now. No, that's cool. This is just a replay that I'm commenting on. It's kind of hard to comment during a run with my mic setup, so got all the time and focus I need. What are you talking about? When am I going to use the Impreza Rally car? I just did. Is that not the right version? But anyway, Dunkelberg, I just asked if you're going to be streaming anything later tonight. Maybe some more Ark. I could get more familiar with this track, that's fair. Never really a popular one in the early days of GT3. I don't know why. When you were in the moon, you made a Suzuki replica? I don't know what that means. Donkelberg, I definitely dropped by for some Mega Man or FF7. I'd encourage other streamers to check out Mr. Donkelberg again. Good dude, funny, fun gamer. Probably no racing, other than Against the Clock of Mega Man, which can be fun. And who doesn't love a good Final Fantasy VII, am I right? Take this turn full out, if you get it right. There we go. Oh, sorry, I was watching the wrong screen, so that'll be a little out of sync. You can get the final hard left turn full out, and I was able to, so that's what I'm talking about. Good question, Infamous. So it is a speed run, so the clock starts the moment you click into arcade mode. So no waiting around in the menus or whatever. Arcade mode means what it says, arcade mode, and any percent means get to the end screen like as fast as you can. So you don't have to do it in hard mode with more laps, or professional mode with even more laps, or beat it with multiple cars per track. You just have to like complete the easy mode as fast as you can. So that's any percent. So basically, entire game in arcade mode. Or almost an entire game. Quick enough to unlock the ending. This is a pretty fun track too, I enjoy it. I keep forgetting on these splits every 6 tracks, but I gained 7 seconds the first 6 tracks, but I gained more than that the second segment, second round. I was up by like 25 seconds, 30 seconds, maybe a little bit more. So things are going pretty well. I avoided a spin a little bit earlier that lap, right? That was a close one. Somehow I like to end that race like not on the racing line. There is no racing line when the race is ending, right? Some of these questions, Raccoon, I don't know what you're talking about. Which song did I hear? When? Also, I turned off the songs or the music intentionally on the races so I don't have to fiddle with copyright or whatever. I'm sure Lenny Kravitz wants to get a cut of this lucrative stream here. Who else? Snoop Dogg's. I'm sure Snoop wants a cut. Whoever did the 99 red Luff balloons, they want in. I'm your turbo lover. They're on board. Looks like the stream is acting a little bit weird. Are you able to see it here? My internet's a bit funky right now. I don't know why. Apologies. It's another reason why I don't always stream runs. Only stream them, because something like that happens and then I don't know, I just don't want people questioning like, oh, what did you do during that segment? Did you, I don't know. It's hard to imagine somehow cheating in that 4-second gap, but I don't know. Just don't want to have to fiddle with it either. Sometimes I'll just stream it. Not too bad, not too bad. Surprisingly, wall riding doesn't seem to help there. I think it's just such a wide turn that you're doing a lot of extra distance that way. That's a little better. Thanks for the subscribe, Raccoon. Yeah, I have these Scudo. I think I only have one video of it, but you can search up like a Scudo midfield on my channel or just in general, it should pop up one. I was trying to get like under 55 or 54 seconds on it. I was able to do so. Sorry, that was a lot quieter than I was anticipating. Put the mic away while I grabbed a handful of food. So just in case you didn't hear, I do have the Escudo. You can search up Escudo midfield and see me lapping on it if you wish. As my late friend Extreme D would always talk about, it is kind of a shame that the Corvette got a short shrift in this game. It's not quite as good as the Viper, it seems, in arcade mode. That was pretty bad there. But it's also not as good as the Viper, or especially the other kind of JGTC, Japanese race cars. When you soup them all up, the best rear-wheel drive cars will be the Skylines, the Supras, pretty much those, but especially the Supras, then the Viper, then the C5R, distant, whatever, 7th or something. When really, the real-life car was dominating all the Le Mans stuff. So it probably should have been tops, but I don't know, maybe they wanted to make the Japanese cars better or something. Or the developers just gave it too much understeer or whatever. So, The biggest bottleneck, the most difficult race, strangely, is coming up. It's not Monaco. It's not R11. It's not one of the wet tracks. It is the hardest and easiest track in the game. The test track. The test course. Just because you do the Viper, you can't really outdrive the competition, which will be faster cars. So, it's kind of hard to beat. You'll kind of see what I mean here. It can be hard enough to beat the Panos, Esperanti, the R390, the GT1. But it's really hard if it's the 787. I thought about exiting out, but then I thought, well, that'll waste a lot of time. Let's just give it a go. Ironically, after saying how the C5R needs to be better, I hop right into it. Seems just fractionally faster. Maybe it's different with the drift, or with the draft. In any case, here it goes. Here goes the Ron Fellows C5R. And I decided I'm not even gonna waste my time trying to like slingshot with it, because it just didn't seem to work when I tried it before. So I'm just gonna push it NASCAR style. Do our best Ricky Bobby impersonation. I'd like to look back now, but it's kind of hard to do that while I'm on the turn. So I do not want to come alongside it. I want to just stay right behind it. I know this is not an entertaining race, but I tell you, it was pretty intense doing it. Hey Velocity, how's it going? Thanks for the like. Again, just trying to stay right behind it. It's a little bit difficult. I thought they were going to catch us. And ideally, they do not. You just break away with the 787. It's funny, they have such different sounds. Just the whiny, frantic howl of the 787. Then you got the slow drone of the C5R. C5R sounds like it's about to fall asleep. The 787 sounds like it's about to explode. So the dilemma though with the 787, sometime here you're going to have to pass. You're going to have to make it stick. I thought about my favorite idea. I guess I didn't have a lot of ideas, but I thought about trying to get up alongside its right side at the end of the first lap and push it into the pit lane and either smash it against the wall or make it pit. I thought that would have been pretty fun and effective, but kind of hard to do. So I don't know, you can try smashing, but then I thought it'd catch me eventually. That's right, Velocity, got that classic rotary. Alright, here comes the strat. Slow down so we can get a bit of a draft. A bigger draft. Swing around, cut in front, block the remaining way, block the whole way, block. Oh shit, it's past me. Now I'm in improvised mode. I gotta stay behind, but I don't want to get too close to it. But I figure let's better just do it now. I'm ahead, gotta block. If it's past, it's over. If it's past, this thing's done. I gotta block. I'm getting past the orange striped alien. No, no, it's Corvette time. Run, fellas, run, fellas. Done! Yes. That was the most excited I was the whole run. It's so silly that that would be the hardest one. You can't just give up 4 minutes if it doesn't work. Anyway, it worked. So we got Tokyo Reverse here. This wall ride is really close. I don't know, not totally sure if it's optimal. So it kind of opens up at the end, then you slam into it a bit, but and this left-right I messed up twice, but it's like I didn't want to slam into the right side of this barrier and then totally screw up. I thought it'd just be easier to just kind of blast it wide open throttle, and if I have to hit a wall, I'll be on the left side. Reverse is kind of wall bangy, wall righty. More so than the frontwards version. Thanks, Velocity. The test track one or the first lap of Tokyo? Even though I've never really been into like oval racing, that was kind of fun. It's a little bit of strategy. You gotta like think of how to pull it off. If you want to do this run, you don't want to deal with that. You could just exit the run or exit the race if there's a 787 and go back into it. Or you could just choose a lower powered car so you won't have to face the 787 like a Supra or NSX or something. So anyway, we're up by at least a minute after test track, so we are gaining. I think it's maybe more like a minute 10 or something. So gold time looking good so far. I can't remember which track it was, but there was one where I was really close to exiting the race before it was actually finished. I could have sworn that I passed the line, but I don't know, it's not where they officially, where the car had triggered it or something, so I was like fractions away from exiting a race when it wasn't done. Then I would have had to waste another like 3.5 minutes on it, and then I'd have pretty much no chance at the top time, and I'd just be really frustrated. Here we go, Grand Valley 2, or reverse. Kind of a fun one. I have the track record on this with the F1. It's not that amazing really, but it's alright, I guess. Sometimes I don't know what to say. It's all just kind of going to plan. One thing that was interesting is my TV is kind of dark, but also a little bit glary. So that wasn't really ideal, but as you can see, some tracks are like later in the day and darker, like this one and Deep Forest 2, maybe Smoky Mountain. So a couple of them are like really squinting, Swiss Alps reverse especially. Hey Mike, how's it going? And Velocity, the thing is, I already recorded it from a capture card, and now I'm like uploading the video from that to YouTube and streaming that from OBS. So it's like, if it looks okay there, it'll look even better if you're playing it. That's kind of cool. It's not photorealistic, but it's a lot more better than GT1. That's for sure. So for the tally, we're over halfway there. Start to have some long and hard tracks pretty soon. Got Monaco, both R11s. Oh, that was close. That was a close one. Still no full spins yet. The wet R5 tracks, Tahiti Maze front and reverse. Seattle reverse. A lot of tricky ones near the end. Yes, you understand that correctly, Daniel. It's just hard to kind of use this mic right now while I'm playing. And I worry about my internet cutting out during a run. If I'm just doing something casual, I might do streaming though. Is that gonna make sense? Also, hello and welcome. So Rome reverse with the Viper. This combo you can actually see on my channel already. I did a kind of race on it to qualify for some other race thing. Yeah, and I spent a good chunk of time on it, so it'll be a lot faster than this one, even without wall riding. Wall riding was not allowed. No touching the AI either. Here's a nice little pass, though. Whoosh! Goodbye. Tricky turn right there. Yeah, that's basically what I was thinking, Mike. I think if I just posted the video, it'd be slightly better quality. So maybe I'll post that and this or something. I don't know. I like to talk to you guys, and sometimes I can't do it, so it's kind of fun. I was hoping to get more of a bump on that curb, sending me to the left. That's why I say check out that other video I've done with this car, it's much better. But this is fine, I bet I gained like 3 seconds on this track on the previous time, so it's fine. Yeah, I don't know. I've done it both ways before. So this time of the run, I really need to go to the bathroom. Well, I just didn't want to waste a full minute or whatever. Probably would have taken longer. Get all nervous, can't go. And it was getting pretty hot in the room. Just not a related problem, but a problem nonetheless. I just dealt with it, goddammit. It is a little tricky to switch all the tracks and not really get into a flow and then go between rally and tarmac. Oh, thanks, Mike. Yeah, I enjoyed that run. The whole history of GT3, the R390 was the best car on that track, but I was able to get the GT1 pretty fast, or the TSO20 as stated there, stated correctly. Daniel, do you ever watch any other Mario games? Sometimes I watch some speedrunning of the old school Marios. Or TMR, the Mexican runner. That's his actual moniker, not my description. I think he's running Mario 64 now. That guy's a god on the early games. Again, this is Tahiti reverse. I don't know what to say. I just driving it. My knowledge on this track is a little bit less of some others, but no major problems or anything. Gaining time, just dripping at every track. It's a lot of hours, Mike, but a lot of good hours if you're enjoying it. That was a purposeful slam there. A little bit earlier. Looking for about 136 here, would be fine. $135, pretty good. I mostly do GT games, Mike. GT1, 2, and 3. Sometimes I might do a challenge, but more like a challenge for myself on some other game like F-Zero or Mario Kart, first Mario Kart, but I haven't really put in the time to learn all the special stuff needed for those games. I wouldn't I wouldn't say never to a Top Gear or a Super Off-Road run. That could be fun. But Top Gear's kind of long. It's like 3 hours or something. GT4 is awesome. I just kind of stopped playing seriously before I got to it. And I think for a GT4 you really need like a dedicated wheel setup, which I just don't have. So, world record. Again, I hesitate to say like world record, like I'm going for that technically here. It's not like 1,000 people have tried for it, but anyway, record is 2:05:16, 2 hours 5 minutes and 16 seconds. But I've been gaining time each track pretty much, even though my load time on the PlayStation is maybe like half a second worse for each race or something. Also, Daniel, I don't watch too much 64, but I just saw that TMR was doing that one. I watched kind of like the really early ones, 1, some 2, some 3, Lost Levels, Mario All-Stars. I don't even know how I got into it, just kind of like, just a little hobby, just to wind down, and kind of lets me like relax, but still get those competitive juices in a way. And there's the community of it, it's kind of fun. Did you play a lot of GT4, Mike? Well, it's interesting you say that, Mike, because he has, I think we're all doing it on PlayStations, PlayStation 2s, but some are just faster than others. Like the Slims are faster than the regulars, some models are faster than others, and some it's just like you have an old one, or the laser's weird. So honestly, it almost would be better if we all use like one emulator, took out the load times entirely, put on like a frame limit. I don't know. It is pretty annoying trying to get like the right PlayStation if you want to get a really good time. I guess for a lot of people you just want to just do it for fun. And that's a lot of it for me, but it sucks to give up like minutes at a time. And even if I beat someone because my PlayStation is better, that doesn't really feel great either, you know? I guess you just gotta try to get a reasonable PlayStation. Take care of it. Yeah, GT4 is definitely a really big game. And yeah, heel race driver, welcome. I guess it's kind of complicated when you start to get up into the PlayStation 2 range. Yeah, exactly, Mike Fox. It kind of depends on the PC. So if you get an emulator, now it's like, who can afford a really sweet PC? And what settings are you putting on the emulator or whatever? So, I don't know, I guess there's no really great solution. It's a lot of driving, Daniel. That's a pretty good lap there. If you think the Supra gold time in the time trial is like 118 or 17, and the track record for it's like 113, beat that solidly, even though the Viper's a little faster, of course, but still not bad. Hear that rotary humming. It's very insect-like, I think. Wasp or something. Those weird diagonal lines, it's all low to the ground. It's got its little antennae mirrors. Didn't mean to pun it so dramatically there. Just how it lined up. Mike, have you seen any other GT1 run? I think I have a Rome lap, which I am somewhat proud of, and a Grand Valley one. Unfortunately, I lost a memory card that had an Apricot Hill record on it with the GT1 and R5, I think. I think that's all. Also, I have one with Laguna. You can search up Laguna Seca. Maybe I'll do some more someday. It's really like aesthetically pleasing car to run with, I think. Just looks fun, looks sweet. So here we have, I think, the longest tarmac track other than test track. The longest circuit track on the road. R11. I used to have the F1 record on this. I think I could get it back someday if I wanted it. But reasonable first lap here. Some of the wall rides are really, really close, but as far as like being useful or not, you have to be careful. You can't wall ride around these. There's like jutting out parts of the wall that'll just bring you to a full stop. Sorry for the low output. Nothing I can do about that right now. It should be going. I'll try to change the bit rate even though I shouldn't have to. Do you guys have audio at least? I'm getting one more bar of internet. Okay, I think we're back up. Nope, still lagging. Oh man. Nice little track skip. Choo Choo, what are you up to? I thought it was Choo Choos. This is the Dunkelberg Choo Choo, right? It's not Chew Goose Choo Choos. Choose Goose. Or I guess that would be Choose Goo. Oh, it's the Fishman. How's it going? I'm gunning for 205.16. Things are going pretty well so far. Oh, okay, that's the character name. That was weird. I almost got like stuck in the wall there. That would have been a bummer. Sometimes that can happen. You kind of get pulled in. I heard rumblings of some more FF7 tonight, Choo Choo. I guess you guys can't really play it together, so why am I discussing it? Why am I even saying anything to you, Choo Choo? Favorite car in the whole series? That's a good question. It's hard not to say the car that I've had, like, experience racing with or something, but is that really the favorite car? What makes it the favorite? Definitely got a lot of mileage out of the used Supra in GT1. So I just drove that the most and did a challenge where I was trying to beat the game with it. Nismo 400's pretty good. I like the S2000 Limited and GT3 too, even though it's not a top car. It's kind of fun. 787, pretty sweet. GT1 also. I always like those two a little bit more than the R390. Even though the R390 is a bit better. A lot of cool cars in GT2. I like that one that was, I never remember the dealership. It was in the US land or whatever. US city. West City? Vector. This is one of the Vectors. It looked like the car that Lloyd pulled up in Dumb and Dumber. I thought that was pretty cool. Because you couldn't drive any Lamborghinis or like Ferraris in the GTs, but that was like pretty close. And I liked that the company also made fighter jets or something. It's pretty sweet. So those are some favorites. Also the GTO modded from Gran Turismo 1. The Jag race car from GT2. Oh yeah, I'm ahead of time here, Mustang. I stopped looking at the splits after test track, just halfway done, but I think I was up by at least a minute then, and there's been no disasters here, so looking pretty good. Seattle 2 wasn't that great, but it was alright. Got about 29 minutes to do it. 28:15. How you doing, Mustang? That's me talking to a user in the chat, not to the car, Mustang. Oh! Probably should practice this track a little bit more. Still glad that I had 0 spins so far, that's not bad. It's one thing to have like a 2-hour run on one track, but to have it on a bunch of them gets a little trickier. Intentional. Val's here too, got the whole gang. I know. There's one thing I know, Val, it's how much you like Gran Turismo. The Dangan ZZ, like a K car, you mean a really light car? Is that what that is? Yeah, there's one on Côte d'Azur or Monaco where you just like break through a wall and start levitating around and you save a lot of time, but I don't know. It's hard to do, number one, or it looks hard, and I gotta draw the line somewhere. That seems just not my style, we'll just say. It's not my style. I don't know, no one likes Gran Turismo more than Val. How have you been? Val, not Choo Choo. Okay, I'm going to crank up the bit rate since it seems to be going well. Just tell me if it starts lagging, I'll put it back down again. Have a good one, Daniel. Take it easy, man. Get out of the way. It's a lot of wall riding in this one. I think a good barometer is the license test, the S8, where you're the GT1 without TCS. So you hope to be around that speed. And the top time there is like 124, I think? 125? So you add on like 5 seconds for the start. You probably want to hit about 130s here. So what do you mean hover mode, Raccoon? Like arcade mode? So my only worries really at this point in the game, where at this point in the run, is my PlayStation gonna last? Is it gonna overheat or something? And can I just not mess up the menus? I guess I could still have a horrible, horrible race and lose and have to do it again, but I don't know. Look at that gap. One lap, you get like 8 seconds ahead. There have to be some epic mistakes to lose to these guys. As long as it's not test track. Well, I'm not sure what you mean by any car can fly. Maybe because in GT1 there's like an arcade boost. Stats improve somehow. But for GT3 it's the same, I'm pretty sure. Like, this is just a normal Viper race car with medium tires, I'm pretty sure. So if you take your, let's say, I don't know, your stock RX-7. Sorry, I was thinking of the time there. If you take your RX-7, drive it in sim mode, test out on midfield, then you take it to midfield arcade version, arcade mode, it'll be the same times. So arcade and sim mode are kind of the same thing in GT. You can't add modifications in arcade mode. Or maybe you're speaking like completely metaphorically or something, like going fast is flying. Alright, tough track. I'm pretty sure the other run had a spin in this one or the reverse version. So there's time to make up. I did approach it pretty cautiously because I didn't want to spin a bunch or lose the race. Is that knock for me? Never mind. Not the only one in the house. One second. Okay, I'm back. Someone was trying to fiddle with the internet. Yeah, I liked R11. I don't know why they took that out. Also, that's a good call, Raccoon. I enjoyed the RX-7 as a rally car. It's pretty good. It's just about as good as some of the best ones. In fact, probably better than the sort of dedicated rally cars like the Subaru, the Evo. Like, you'd have to take an Altaza or... what's the other one? The Opel Tigra car to beat it with a rear-wheel drive car. Otherwise, the RX-7 I think is the best. Yeah, I don't know why. Is it like too much to calculate or something to have them drive in the rim? I don't know why. Maybe it's an afterthought or something. Just the way it is. Alright, so what do we got left? I think we have Wet Reverse, Tahiti Maze, Apricot, R11 Reverse, something like that. Maybe I'm missing one track. Nice start to this race. Again, we're going for 2:05.16. It's looking pretty likely at this point. Be a pretty tragic end. I just exited a race too early or something. This turn combo is really tricky, easy to spin out. Ooh! You hit the dirt when you're going sideways. You might just go even more sideways. Hey, have a good one, Raccoon. I don't know if you already took off, but I just saw your comment now. It's nice having you around. close call, but able to avoid the spin. That was a close shave on the finish line. Almost stopped too early. I would sort of pause just a tiny bit to make sure it said finish. I mean, maybe you want to be aggressive early, but that late in the run, I want to make sure it's just finished. Alright, I didn't see this track. What's up next? Got R11 reverse. I think just 3 tracks left. So I was starting to think like, ooh, 2 minutes a track, get done under 2 hours. But then I remember this is much more than a minute per lap. Tahiti Maze is much more than a minute per lap. Whoa! It's a crazy start, but not bad. And then there's a bunch of load time and wait time, so I'll give that spoiler, it's not under 2 hours. This is a nice turn here. Ooh, gotta get that drift just right. Might be better just to wall ride it, I don't know. Do a little ricochet. Probably want to get about 150s on that first lap, so that was a little bit slow. I guess I kind of got tangled up with the AI, but even then it should have been a bit faster. Is there R11 in GT2? I don't think there is, right? Maybe that's what someone asked earlier. I thought you meant for later games. All right, 2 to go. This is maybe the hardest rally track. That was intentional, but I think the second lap had a better strategy on it. It's a little bit odd because I'm used to the Evo on this track because it's the time trial one or the license one, but I thought I might as well stick with this one here. It's not really better or worse, it just handles different. It's hard to explain. No problem so far. Sub 2-minute lap would be good here. Not like elite, but pretty good. Just kind of what you're hoping for in a long run. Don't want to take the riskiest strategies. Either enjoying it or getting fatigued, Mike. All going to bed. One more to go. One more track. R5 reverse in the rain. Pretty tough. As long as I don't blow it, I will meet the goal time. I have not watched Jimmy Broadbent. I'm not sure what that is. I guess I don't really watch, if it's YouTube, all that many streamers. All I gotta do is win here. But that's about it. And not have the PlayStation mess up. That's it. Not get stuck in a wall here. One more lap. Let's bring it home. No worries, Dunk. Oh, he's 100%ing GT3. That's cool. It may seem like a kind of a wild maneuver around that 180, but it seems safer to me because it's hard to accelerate in the rain on a near stop. So Don or Donko, we're going for 2:05.16. So that's happening. Able to go through each race and win it on the first try. Even the test track, where that was quite a close one. And that's that. For a second though, I thought I'd go quick through the menus because I wasn't totally sure if the run was over. Wasn't sure if there was any more tracks, or do I have to click on the ending? Because I'm like, where's the ending? What's going on? Do I need to show the ending? What's the deal? Like, what's after this track? Did I do these? So I kind of just like scroll through. Like, hey, it'll showcase all the tracks, I guess. But also in my mind I was reminding myself, okay, did that, did that, did that. What kind of computer? Just like the computer I have. Just a PC. That's not very specific, I'm just not really a knowledgeable computer guy. So anyway, there's the proof all of them are complete. And you also get to watch this. And usually it's like a kind of intense guitar driven thing. Let's all get classical up here. Sometimes when you're just about to crest the most terrifying hill, you just have to have a little classical music going. Donkelberg knows what I'm talking about. Should we tell that story? driving in. I think it was the minivan. We're on these back roads with these crazy hills, and we like to go kind of fast on them, or at least I did. And then I had my passenger that was kind of along for the ride. I think he enjoyed it, my brother. And we're flipping through the stations, and we're about to crest this hill, and then we get to this classical station, but classical music is usually kind of chill, but it can be quite a crescendo too. And right as we were about to go down this gnarly hill, you hear da 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 da, something like that, and it just was this like intense companion piece to our intense hill driving. It's pretty damn memorable, I think. I did drive a lot more intense back then. Also, he is a fellow streamer. A lot of cool stuff. Some new games, some old games. Might be even streaming tonight. I might even be in the chat. So certainly, again, welcome to check us out if you wish. So on the video, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just clicking around. I think that's about it. Just going through some of the cars. There's our Impreza. The floating Impreza, or hovering, as Raccoon would say. I did think about doing a 100% arcade run where you do hard mode. 5 laps each. That's pretty damn long, but it'll be a challenge to try to beat the 787 with the Viper on some of the faster tracks like Midfield and Tokyo. I thought that'd be kind of fun. Or maybe I'll just make a video of it, just kind of going through. Just like the hardest 4 races. Viper versus 787. Maybe no wall riding too. Could be fun. How's it going, Beetle? Beetles should lurk, right? It feels like that's what they would do good. And sometimes people will shout your name, they'll say, Beetle, Beetle, Beetle! Then you'll poof into existence. But then you won't say anything, you won't do anything. You won't be a raucous Beetlejuice, you'll just be a lurking beetle. It'll be a great television series. Thanks, Beetle, I appreciate it. For a second I thought that said GL. I thought, well, thanks for the good luck, but I just did it. Yeah, I tried to pick a time where some people would be around. Sometimes people are like in Europe or Japan or whatever, but you can only pick a good time for so many people. You guys have any final GT questions or anything? Oh shit, wow, where are you, Mike? For some reason, Mike Fox is just like a very American name. To me, anyway. 4 a.m. 4 a.m. Must be like Europe or Morocco or something. Yeah, have a good one, Beetle. Pretty bummed I'm gonna have to work during this eclipse coming. But I think that's about all for today. So thanks for watching. Or, well, I guess whether you're watched on a VOD or a stream, you're still watched. So thanks for watching. And let's see what's on tap. We'll see. I like to do a few more speed runs. I'd also like to just do some fun videos of challenges and stuff. But I definitely want to keep playing, so um, just subscribe, watch the channel, and I'll keep you apprised. And again, thanks for watching. Had a good time talking with you guys. Have a great night or morning.